My name is Bert Oliver. I'm the founder of the Oliver Law Group, and it's my pleasure to be able to communicate to you a little bit about our firm and about the process that you might be going through as you consider engaging us. If you're watching this video, the chances are pretty good that you came to this firm as a potential client looking for assistance in terms of resolving and negotiating forgiveness of unsecured debt. At some point in time, maybe immediately, maybe a little bit later, you're going to be taken through what we call our engagement document package. One of our senior legal assistants or legal assistants will walk and talk you through every page of every document in that engagement document package with the view to making sure that you understand what it is you're signing. And after that is signed, you're going to be then turned over to a senior legal assistant. You're going to have a video conference, and during that video conference you will have any lingering questions that you may have answered. You can go back over the document engagement package. You're going to be asked some questions about what you understand your relationship with the firm to be. Very important to us that you are completely and fully informed. And then you will be set up with an appointment, whether that appointment is in person, face-to-face in our state coordinating counsel's office, or whether it's via a video conference or even a telephone call. That has to take place between this video and you're actually taking the formal step of engaging this law firm. It's very important to me that each client understands how long our program takes, what each step will be, what is expected of them at each step, and what they can reasonably expect from us at each step. We have a growing national network of what we call state coordinating councils. I think we have them now in about 30 to 31 states, with about 9 more states currently pending. We hope to close 2011 with about 43 state coordinating council. We'll probably stop at that point. So if you're looking at this video, you're in one of the states in which we have a state coordinating council. When I began to understand the scope of the problem, meaning how many families and individuals in this country were dealing with the hardship of the burden of unsecured debt, I came quickly to realize that we have a debt crisis in this country. We certainly have it at the national level in the context of our federal government. We certainly have it at the state level. We read about California's problems every day. But unfortunately, that debt crisis filters down into most of the homes in this country and affects most of the individuals. And I think that crisis is in large measure a function of financial illiteracy. So when I launched this law firm, I simultaneously founded the Debt Education Foundation. And how that works is that this law firm every month takes a fixed percentage of its revenue and gives it, grants it, donates it to the foundation. And the foundation then seeks out those who are in the business of promoting financial literacy. I was here in South Florida in 1974 when the bottom fell out. I was here in the late 80s when we had the RTC and FDIC crisis. So I'm no stranger to downturns in the real estate market, but I knew that something was profoundly different about this one. And time has unfortunately proven me right. It was in late 2009 when all my real estate development clients were coming to me, and I was engaged in what I call financial triage, trying to diagnose their financial situation and then help them, in a sense, stay alive, that I began to understand the depth and the breadth of the financial crisis that this country was in. In the last 3 years, I've seen the market forces totally beyond my clients' control, totally beyond my clients' reasonable expectations, force a resetting or a recalibration of the values of their real estate. And what comes about when values of real estate, commercial real estate occur, when those values are readjusted, the corresponding equities in those assets are readjusted. And those market forces have pushed a lot of major players. The best example might be General Motors to the bargaining table begging for help. You know, we're all mindful of the fact that General Motors went to the federal government and asked for help, crying hardship. And they received that help from you and from me as taxpayers. And I'm prepared to say that was a perfectly appropriate thing to do. But the reality is that we're all undergoing the recalibration of values. My home isn't worth what it was 2, 3, 4 years ago, and I'll bet yours isn't either. And when home values go down, obviously the equity shrinks, and our ability to use that equity to borrow against and then pay off, let's say, high interest credit card debt is substantially diminished. So it puts us in a bit of a box. And you know, my argument is that General Motors, as entitled as they were to go to the federal government and sit there and ask for a bailout, individuals, the little guy, if you will, has just as much right to be at that negotiating table and to ask for help. So we're pleased to represent people who, unfortunately, are suffering a hardship, but nonetheless want to deal responsibly, you know, with their debt over a reasonable period of time. And you know, we're happy to be able to help them.